finally together. Taekook's unspoken secret revealed on Taehyung's birthday the truth, without any announcement. Without any warning, this moment quietly shook the global scene. Welcome to Yova Effect. Hope all Taekook Forever fans are doing well. Today I'm sharing a video filled with joy, softness, and heartfelt surprises. Yes, our beloved Taekook Forever has returned. And when I say returned, it doesn't mean they're creating a drama. They're back to give us the Taekook Forever interactions we've been missing for so long. Some moments feel far too warm to be labeled ordinary, far too meaningful to be dismissed as coincidence. And this year, Kim Taehyung's birthday became one of those moments. Among flashing cameras, cheering fans, and global attention, one person captured the ARMY's focus the most: Jeon Jungkook. From the very beginning of that day, something in the air felt different. Not only because it was Taehyung's birthday, but because of how Jungkook showed up in every small detail. From his eyes, his subtle movements, to his almost perfect sense of timing, everything appeared to serve a single purpose: to make Taehyung feel genuinely special. ARMY started questioning whether all of this was simply coincidence, or if there was a sincere emotion that didn't need to be spoken aloud. Taehyung is known for being emotional and deeply sensitive. He often keeps his feelings inside, revealing them through a quiet smile or a lingering look. And somehow, Jungkook always seems to understand that unspoken language. On this birthday, Jungkook didn't do anything excessive. It was precisely his simplicity that made the moment so touching. When he offered small gestures that might have gone unnoticed by regular cameras, attentive ARMY immediately picked up on them, standing just a bit closer, smiling whenever Taehyung laughed, waiting for the right moment, as if he didn't want to take the spotlight, but wanted Taehyung to feel accompanied. There was one moment that left countless fans speechless: Jungkook's eyes resting on Taehyung, soft, calm, and filled with warmth. It wasn't the look of a colleague, nor that of an ordinary longtime friend. That gaze quietly said, "I'm here. Today belongs to you." Birthdays are usually associated with cakes, candles, and congratulations. But for Taehyung, that day felt like something beyond a celebration. There was a feeling of safety, there was comfort, and Jungkook seemed to play a significant role in creating that atmosphere. What stood out was that Jungkook never made any clear announcements. There were no dramatic declarations, no exaggerated moments. Instead, his consistency spoke louder than words. Year after year, Jungkook has always been present during Taehyung's important times. This birthday felt like the result of all those small gestures slowly coming together. ARMY began connecting the pieces, from unexpected smiles, Taehyung's spontaneous reactions, to Jungkook's protective body language. All of it led to one question that continues to echo within the fandom: could this really be just coincidence? Perhaps there is no clear answer, and perhaps none is needed, because what truly matters is what could be seen and felt. That on Taehyung's special day, Jungkook was there not to draw attention, but as someone who genuinely cared. Maybe that's where the real uniqueness lies. A birthday isn't only about growing older. It's about how someone chooses to show up fully. Jungkook did it in his own way, quietly, sincerely, and without needing many words. For ARMY, this moment will always remain memorable, not because of any sensational scene, but because of the warmth it carried. Sometimes the most meaningful thing isn't a grand surprise, but the presence of someone who knows how to make you feel truly valued. The silence that followed felt louder than the cheers. Many fans noticed one thing: Taehyung appeared calmer than usual. His smile felt sincere, his laughter lighter. His expressions reflected someone who felt safe. And once again, Jungkook was there. Not overpowering, but close enough to be felt. Something subtly shifted whenever Jungkook stood by Taehyung's side. It wasn't a dramatic change, but a gentle one only careful observers could sense. Taehyung seemed more expressive, more willing to show his emotions, as if he knew he didn't need to hold them back. Like there was someone ready to support him if his feelings ran too deep. Throughout the birthday celebration, Jungkook was seen paying attention to Taehyung's reactions rather than the cameras. Whenever Taehyung laughed, Jungkook smiled as well. Whenever Taehyung paused, Jungkook seemed to quietly check that everything was alright. These gestures might look insignificant to some, but to ARMY they speak volumes. Many fans refer to it as the language of silent affection. There was no excessive contact, no dramatic display, yet Jungkook's presence felt undeniably real. He gave Taehyung space while still offering care. He didn't overshadow the moment, he reinforced it. What added to the magic was Taehyung's own response. Several times, he was seen looking at Jungkook longer than usual. The look wasn't hurried or uncomfortable. It carried trust, like someone who knows that on his most personal day, there is one person who truly understands him. ARMY also remembered past moments. How Jungkook stayed close when Taehyung looked exhausted, how he was often the first to react when Taehyung spoke, and how without words, Jungkook always seemed to know what Taehyung needed. This birthday served as a reminder that the most meaningful connections aren't always expressed through big statements. Sometimes they exist in consistency, in choosing to stay even when no spotlight demands it. For many fans, this didn't feel like coincidence. Because if it were, there would be too many perfectly aligned details, too many moments fitting together, too many emotions that felt far too genuine to be called ordinary companionship. Taehyung once shared that small things often mean a lot to him. And this birthday, Jungkook appeared to understand that fully. He didn't offer anything flashy, but something far more precious: his attentive presence. When the day slowly came to an end, and the camera flashes began to fade, one thing stayed in ARMY's minds. Not questions about what truly happened, but a warmth that was hard to describe. The sense that something genuine had just unfolded. Perhaps that's what made this birthday feel so different. Not because of what Jungkook gave, but because of how he gave it. If this wasn't coincidence, then it was a form of care that grew quietly, settled deeply, and felt real without ever needing to be spoken. For ARMY, this moment will continue to live on. Replayed in clips, discussed in comment sections, and remembered as a day when warmth felt stronger than words. Because sometimes love, or whatever name you give that feeling, doesn't need an announcement. It only needs to be shown. As time passed, the birthday became more than a single-day memory. It turned into an ongoing discussion, not because of extravagance or grand surprises, but because of the emotions that lingered afterward. Many fans admitted there was something different, something hard to explain, yet clear in their hearts. Taehyung appeared more open that day. He laughed freely, spoke lightly, and was seen taking deep breaths, as if gently steadying his own emotions.